Hey guys, Professor Bell, Comic Book University, and Ultimates 2, issue number 100. That's right, Capstone. Okay, also looks like this is going to be the last issue, or at least Al Ewing isn't continuing it. More on that in a bit. So, the one above all gets to be the opening pages here, not the Never Queen, as we've gotten used to. No, it's the one above all. And I'm kind of digging that, because we don't know where it is the entire time. So, it's a concept beyond our normal understanding. Anyway, it turns out that the Maker actually came along and screwed everything up. He thought he was fixing everything, but, well, that's the Maker. Always underestimating his own stupidity. Granted, he's genius level beyond genius level. But sometimes when you get that smart, you just apparently can't realize that you made your own mistakes. Hey, just look at Dr. Doom, his origin story. Anyway, so we get to see that the Ultimates show up, the original Ultimates fighting the Ultimates too, and they're not doing so well, especially since Adam Brashear just one-shots the Hulk. Everybody else is just like, wait, what? Now, do I think that he could one-shot the actual Hulk? You know what? Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know what to tell you. Possibly. But this really puts a lot of questions on the table, and now versus battles are going to explode all over the internet. I'm certain of it. Anyway, so the Ultimates wanted to get into a big fist fight. At one point, it all stops because Captain America finally realizes that, like everybody's starting to wake up. It's like, holy crap, wait, we all died. So yeah, this seems to be the actual original Ultimates from the Earth 1610 universe, which is freaking sexy. Oh, it gets better. So Captain America gets killed. I'm actually okay with that because I never liked this version of Captain America. It's fun he gets to use his surrender. You think this A is for France? For crying out loud. Anyway, so yeah, he winds up getting killed. He doesn't get resurrected again, which again, I'm kind of fine with. He was great for what he was, but no. We get to see that the Maker himself also gets destroyed. Now, is this the original Maker that is also messing with Doctor Doom down in the infamous Iron Man comics? Honestly, I don't know. I've heard spew from both directions, so I don't know. I can't really comment on that. What I will say is that the way that Spectrum destroys him, amazing. Because we know that he's essentially immortal. He can't be killed, yet somehow, what she does is she brings him down to absolute zero, which is 0 Kelvin. Wow. That's freaking awesome. Honestly, I didn't know that she could do that. I always liked her back from when she was Captain Marvel, but man, that's really kind of genius. Yeah, of course. Why shouldn't she be able to do that? And then they're just thinking we're going to keep him like this for a little while until we can figure things out. High Evolutionary is like, oh no. He just backhands him and shatters him. So I presume he is dead at this point. Hey, no complaints. Anyway, so the concepts are fighting each other because Tony Stark gets, the ultimate Tony Stark. He comes to the conclusion, like they all, figure themselves out. He comes to the conclusion that he can actually fix this. And by combining the nanites in his blood, which are activated by alcohol, yeah, I know. By combining all of the brilliant minds in the room, they're able to figure out what the High Evolutionary couldn't. So, excuse me, not even just the High Evolution, but more specifically the Maker. So they're able to use the machine that the Maker made and fix the superflow. So they return they return the superflow. So now there are multiple universes again, hence a multiverse, and that strengthens the Eternity himself. So this is this is amazing, guys. At this point, Eternity not only brings himself to normal, but Logos, who he's going to try and fight the first fight along with the first firmament because Logos is now in charge at this point. Logos gets distracted a little bit by Galactus and Ego Prime and whatnot, but the Panther God shows up, and not just the Panther God, more specifically the Tiger God was the first thing that humanity ever feared. So that's right. In the center of this is the Black Panther. So, guys, I know this may seem very out of it for you, but you know what? If you're cool with any of the things that Batman does in the Crisis books, then you've got to be okay with this because this was awesome. And this is just a typical Batman moment, just using a little bit of magic. He is sitting in the heart of this gigantic tiger god. The first thing the humanity feared, and he's going one-on-one with the Great One, Logos. And it's great, man. It's just great. And here's the thing, man. Black Panther inspires Galactus. That's right. Galactus says, if humanity can do this, man, what are we capable of? So they fight back. They're able to separate Logos. So now he's back to Master Order, Lord Chaos, and the In-Betweener also. So, boom. Everything essentially goes back to normal. The only thing that doesn't change is Galactus. Galactus does stay gold. He remains the life bringer instead of going back to purple Devourer Galactus, which is cool because Al Ewing actually mentions that, this was a big deal. He was thinking about originally bringing him back. It was going to be a tragedy story, but he doesn't have to do that. And that's cool because this is the 100th birthday of, not the day, but the month of Jack Kirby. So probably Jack Kirby's greatest creation, Galactus, actually gets a good change. And I'm good with this change. I'm okay with this change. I don't need to see evil Galactus running around all over the place again. I know evil is a concept, whatever. So is Galactus. Anyway, so I really like this. The Celestials came back. The Never Queen was holding the Dreaming Celestial, and she restored all of the Celestials from this one. That was actually kind of cool. We also got to see all of the other, the first firmament is who she is, but then all of the all of the eternities, or the versions of eternity, from the second, third, fourth, all the way through the seventh firmament, who is the eternity that we know, we got to see them, with the exception of the fourth, which is probably the coolest part, in my opinion, of this entire comic. He is the true believer, and he's the wanderer, the journeyer. He's the journeyer into mystery. So, wow, are they talking about Stan Lee? or are they talking about Jack Kirby? Maybe it's a combination of both. I don't know, but that is freaking awesome. They did say the true believer. I thought that was absolutely awesome. Amazing. And they said, and at one point he shall return. I can't wait to see what Al Ewing plans to do with that, because that's freaking awesome. But getting to see all these original concepts, the creator of magic, the bringer of science, absolutely incredible. So yeah, I'm loving the cosmic concepts that exist here. This is a fantastic comic. I'm giving this an A. This was amazing, and what a great way to have all of this crazy stuff happen, expand the universe, but to keep, for the most part, with the exception of Galactus, the status quo. Very cool. Oh, yes, the Living Tribunal is back also, since there is now a Superflow again, and Logos was separated somehow. I don't care how. Living Tribunal came back, and he's like, yeah, you and me, we're going to have a long conversation, Order and Chaos. So, yeah, digging it. Anyway, this review has gone on long enough, guys. I'm going to bring it up to a wrap here. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.